Grab your drinks, folks. It's time to put the world away. Welcome to Out of the Park Baseball 26, where I've created the USA Baseball League, where I created 50 states. There we go. 50 states, guys, in a baseball league. Let's click in it. With the historical players coming through, we've seen the likes of who we had. Ted Williams, Mickey Mantle, Babe Ruth, but it's definitely been a different Babe Ruth than his baseball card. We've had Barry Bonds come through, and those are the one. Hank Aaron as well has come through pretty good. A little quick recap. There it is, 11 seasons, right? 11 seasons, 3 only from the American League that have won it. Alaska, South Dakota, and South Dakota's won it twice. And a bunch of the National Leagues, Georgia, North Dakota, Rhode Island a couple times, North Dakota, Vermont, Alabama, and North Dakota. All right, let's go. Let's go the season. We're in 2036. This preseason predictions. They're predicting Alaska there with 83 wins. And same thing with Hawaii, 83 wins. 89 wins. But 96, they're thinking Arkansas is going to be the best team in the American League. The National League, see, you've got 82, North Dakota, 81, Utah, 82, Ohio, 91, and 90. Wow, they're for New York and then Rhode Island. So they're thinking New York is going to be the best team in the National League. Well, let's just press on, folks. I'll sim up to the first year player draft, and let's see how things pan out here. There's been some guys that, historical players, well-known historical players that have done well, but they haven't lived up to their real life baseball card or their history, the historical play. What other guys? We've seen Griffey Sr. come through. We've seen Ichiro and Edgar Martinez, some of my Mariners players. Haven't seen like Ohtani come through, but there's thousands and thousands and thousands of players from 1860. What is this? 1860 something to the modern day of historical players coming through. I'm trying to think. I haven't seen any Yogi Berra or Rod Carew. Pete Rose hasn't come through yet that I've seen. I think we've done some searching on some of the top players. Here we go. Going through here. Season 12. You guys have this game. Have you done any crazy simulation? Created your own league and had your own simulations? Again, if you really like numbers, man, this is the game for you here. I'm gonna pop open my got some ginger ale today. And oh yeah, tasting good. I'm a big ginger ale kind of guy. So let's see what we can see so far. We got Missouri's got the best wins here. Missouri 91. Oh, we can't see all the leagues or all the divisions. Oh yeah, we can look at the leaders. Hello, this Cody Bellinger guys, and Ted Williams. There he is, runs batted in, and this Alberto Salazar has been dominating. These are some fictional players that have come through here, but Ted Williams is kicking butt here. Willie McCovey, there you go. This Bug Holiday guy is doing well. There's Barry Bonds with stolen bases. Willie McCovey is doing well. Carlos Correa is doing well. And some other players here, guys, I'm just not familiar with. I mean, guys that played in the 30s and 20s and beyond. That, before, like I said, my era of really knowing baseball players was like the mid 80s to early 90s. I really followed baseball. Like I was big into baseball card collections, so I should recognize those kind of players coming through. And of course, I know the old timers, of course, the most famous baseball, Babe Ruth, Bonds, Williams, Willie Mays, Hank Aaron, Ty Cobb, and so on and so forth, Mickey Mantle and Mike Schmidt. Let's see what we got here, folks. We got the first player draft. So let's look. The player draft. Who do we have? The draft pool. I like looking at, we'll look at the pitchers first. Go by potential. So some guys on that. There he is. I was just talking about him. Roger Clemens. He was one of my favorite pitchers growing up. We got this right now. We got two guys with 5 stars. Jim Brillhart, real life. I'm not familiar with this guy yet because he played in 1922. That's weird. 22, 23. Then he had a 4-year gap here. Then he came back in 27. And then he had a couple more year gap and then 31. Huh. Real life player. He's definitely gonna beat. I mean, was he any good? No. Not very good in real life. But look at this. The game gave him some ratings for a phenomenal superstar player. Wow. He's going to be a really good relief pitcher. That stamina up. It says he's a starter, but with that stamina, it's kind of iffy to get that stamina up, and then you can be because you got 3 decent pitches. Get the control up there, and Brillhart will be a one to remember. And then we got Al Grabowski. Holy mackerel, this guy is good. What was his real life? 1929 and 1930. He's going to definitely beat his real life. Look at this. That's probably the best pitcher I've ever seen in the game. A relief pitcher. Again, I would train him, try to get that stamina up, and he'd be a great starter. Look at that control. I'm drooling. I'm drooling. But Roger Clemens, there he is, folks. There he is. 6 pitches, the Rocket. He's already ready just to go right into the major leagues. But, I mean, there's his time, right? He was in Boston the years I remember. And then I remember he did go to Toronto later in 90. When did he go? 97, huh? Then he was a Yankee for a while. Forgot he played with Houston. And back to the Yankees, huh? For 1 year. But yeah, his WAR, that 1986, 1987, 88, 6, 7, 9 WAR, 5 WAR, 7 WAR, 8, 90, 91, 8.4 was his best WAR year, though. Was that first year with Toronto? Really? 21 wins. 264 innings pitched. 292 strikeouts. 10 strikeouts per 9 innings. He was averaging 2.3 walk. He had a 10.1 WAR in 1997. Roger Clemens. I remember him most, of course, when with the Red Sox here in the mid to later 80s. There he is. Roger Clemens is in the game. Let's see if I can recognize, guys, any other pitchers. Steve Howe seems familiar. Yeah, 80. That's all I can really. You guys might recognize some players. Catfish Hunter, real life player. He was good real life, wasn't he? A 6 WAR 1 year with Oakland. 3.8, 5.6 there with Kansas City, 1967. Oakland 5.4. He with the Yankees 1 year 5.1. He had a few good years. Catfish Hunter. I would say the ratings are worse than real life. He's only 18. He could improve quite a bit. Catfish Hunter. And Nomo. He's a modern player, right? 1995, 2008. I guess it's been a while, huh? His first year was kick butt, 5.4 WAR. I'd say that's good. The Tornado. Nomo. And so on and so forth, folks. There's probably some other players, but those are the top guys that the game has rated. Let's look at the batters here. All batters, potential-wise. Whoa, we got a what? Boy, I can't even count that high, guys. There's a lot of five-star potential. George Burns. Wasn't he an actor? Detroit. 307 lifetime average, so very good with the 352 on-base percentage. All right. I can see his 1926 was a 5.3 WAR. And consistent 3, 4.3, 2.9. Not a bad player. Tioga George. George Burns, man, he is ready. He is Major League Baseball ready with that. He's going to have a great contact hitter, and he avoids strikeouts. And he's got some speed. Very aggressive on the base path. So he's going to be stealing. Not the best defense, but first baseman, you can kind of get away with that, right? DH. Doesn't have much deep. Vladimir Guerrero, folks. There he is. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. I think his dad's come in the game already. Not sure. But not bad player, but he's still actively playing, of course, with Toronto. Last year was one of his best years. I would say 2021 was his best, 7.8 WAR. Not bad last year either, 6.2, and I don't know what he's currently doing. But yep, he's going to be a phenomenal player in the game if he stays healthy. Ronald Acuna Jr. Did he come through last year? Yeah, Minnesota signed him, but they failed to sign him. They drafted him, but they failed to sign him. So he went back to college, I guess, and he's probably a little bit better now. I don't know. But to look at his contact went up by 5, power went up by 5, the eye stayed the same. So there you go. He's back in the draft. Juan Soto. My goodness, folks. 18-year-old. Look at this numbers or these ratings. Phenomenal player. Of course, he's still playing. And at 41, yeah, he had an 8 WAR last year. 41 homers in real life at 280. A 419 on base percentage because he walked so many times. There you go. Yeah, he's got a good eye in real life, huh? All them walks. There's Soto. Skyrocket Smith. What a name. Real life player. 1888. Played for 1 season or 58 games, folks. The ratings, they gave him phenomenal ratings. Potential. Skyrocket Smith. What a name. Have to look it up and see what his real life numbers are. There's Lenny Dykstra, Mr. Philadelphia guy. Good ratings the game gave him. And he had a few years there with Philly. I remember, 89. What was his best year? The Mets, he was better, huh? No, Philly had that 5.4 WAR, a 7 there. With the 1993 was his best year. 19 homers, 305 average that year. Lenny Dykstra. Nails was his nickname. Then I recognize someone else. Harry. Oh, it is Ricky Henderson. He leads the league, right? He leads in steals, right? In real life. What was he even played for the Seattle Mariners one year? Yeah, 2000. Didn't do very good. Actually had a 362 on base percentage. 31 stolen bases. What was his highest stolen bases? Man, 1980, 130 stolen bases in 1982. My goodness. 1983, 108. Gee. 14. I forgot how many he had. 1406. That's lifetime stolen bases. Oh, my goodness. I forgot what he had. 279 average, not bad, and a 401 on base percentage. Man of Steel, Ricky Henderson, one of my favorite players. The game gave him some good ratings for speed as well, and good outfielder. Contact, avoid Ks. Okay, that's pretty good. But what he was, it mimics his real life. I would say pretty close to it for the ratings. All right, wish him the best. Welcome to the game, Jose Reyes. Wade Boggs, here he is. I really liked. I gravitated toward players that had good batting averages in the mid 80s. But when I was, like I said, when I was really collecting baseball cards and stuff, Tony Gwynn was my favorite. Wade Boggs, again, was right there with one of my favorites, guys. And they gave him good contact. They better have. Avoid Ks. Wasn't a speedster in real life that I remember either, so that was mimics real life. But look at his real life numbers, folks. Check out this batting average. Lifetime 328 after playing so many years, so 1982 to 1999. 328. 415 on base percentage. What was his highest year? 368 he batted. 368 that year. That was his highest WAR too, 1985. Nope, his highest WAR was 1987. He had 363, 461 on base percentage, a 7.8 WAR. Yeah, these are the prime times for me watching baseball when I was a youngster. Big in the stats and stuff. It's funny, right? He only averaged 5, 6, 8 homers, 24 homers that year. Then back to 5, 3, 6, 8. Did he have a bet that year? Someone says, you're just an average guy. You hit for contact, your average on base percentage, which is good. Well, he goes, you know what? I'm going to prove it one year. I'm going to hit homers. So he had 24 homers that year. 1987. Wade Boggs, folks. Larry Howard sounds familiar. There he is, Honus Wagner, probably the most is it the rookie card of him? I don't know if it's a rookie card, but it's the most sought out or the most valuable baseball card, right? Is that iconic Honus Wagner card? I don't know his real life stats though, but 1897 to 1917 wasn't a home run hitter, but the guy could hit for average. Look at that, 381. This one year, kind of like a Wade Boggs here guy. 354, 327 average. 390 on base percentage. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of a Wade Boggs. We just looked at. Honus Wagner, the Flying Dutchman, folks. Honus Wagner has come through. Honus Wagner. All right, Dave Henderson, another phenomenal player. Played for Seattle a couple years as well. That's right. How can I forget his rookie years? Played till 85, or 86 with Seattle. Then he went to Boston for a bit, Oakland. Dave Henderson. Yeah, a lot better batters this year than pitchers. Seems like that's been the case, no? Man, there's probably a lot of other players here you guys see. But Honus Wagner has come through. That might be the title. Honus Wagner has come through my through this simulation of this world that I've created. Alberto Alomar Jr. I'm probably missing some guys here. But that's the big ones that I've seen. Cool stuff. Let's go. Let's go to the end where the playoffs begin. If you guys want me to look at anybody, we can. I've been kind of keeping tracks on if Babe Ruth's come back, right? Because he's got released, he got signed and released. If I've been keeping track of Ted Williams has been playing good. I think Mickey Mantle we're kind of looking at right now. Willie McCovey is doing good that I can keep an eye on here. Bug Holiday guy is doing really well. Just for the leaderboards here on the side. Ted Williams, of course, hitting home runs like crazy. Runs batted in, he's in there. He's on base percent. He's probably right there a leader for the Showboat Mango Award, which I renamed. It was the MVP, of course. Are we there yet? Nope, it's only 103 games played-ish. I don't have this league. There's some kind of little glitch in it. I've noticed some teams are playing a few more games than others, but let's see here. All right, moving on. We have 81 for Alaska. Man, they're dominating. Look at that. Alaska's just tearing it up. Holy smokes. Look at Alaska. They have 86 wins. South Dakota, the second place team in the division, got 69, 19 and a half game lead. Wow. Alaska doing well. All right, come on, game. Get to this playoffs here. Get latest news. Maybe you might see some crazy, funny stuff down here. Yeah, what a game, though. If you guys really like numbers and you can set your own options and settings of your game. Here we go. Here comes the playoffs. Alaska, of course, got in there. Here we go. Here's the playoffs. So we got to take one more day, and we'll get to the playoff coverage, the tree, and then we'll go to the end. The playoffs end. Let's see who wins. So we got New Jersey State. I think that's Alaska. We didn't look at it properly. I got the saving auto saved going on here. I probably need to take that off. The Prairie State. That might be the first time that they've come in the game. Empire State. I think they were predicted to have the best wins there in the National League. Holy cow, folks. We haven't had any. I think 55 has been the most homers. Ted Williams got 57. 75 home runs from this Henry Luff guy from the Empire State, New York. And then 61 from Bug Holiday. Some records have been broken this year. Two guys hitting 350. Oh, no, that's 355. Excuse me, one guy, 350. Bug Holiday, 330. 351, Henry Luff. Look at that. He hit 351. Who is this guy? Who is this guy, folks? Henry Luff, 351 average, 75 homers, 159 runs batted in. Well, we know who won the Showboat Mango Award. This Henry Luff. Who is this guy? I've never heard of him. We're definitely going to be clicking on him. Is that Alaska? And the Empire State lost. Who's OBS? Oregon, I think. Yeah, Oregon, Beaver State. So it's Alaska versus Oregon. Of course, I guess I want the American League to win. Oh, that's not Oregon. Ohio Buckeye State. But isn't Oregon the Beaver State? So they got the same abbreviation? Anyway, Ohio. So there we go. Ohio. The World Series champions here, folks. All right, simming through. I'll sim up to get to the awards, and I'm sure Henry Luff is going to be the man. Let's get to the awards. Showboat Mango Award announced November 20. Yeah, Henry Luff in the National League. The right American League, David Soles on base percentage. He's in there. Batting average. This Bug Holiday, guys. Home runs. He probably won it. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see. How do I see? League history is what I want to see. There it is. National League is just dominated, folks. The American League just won it 3 years. Ohio, Buckeye State has come through. Leaderboards, we'll look at that. Look at it's 2036. Was there any single season batting records? There was. Henry Luff, of course, is going to dominate, I think. Slugging percentage, 871. Let's click on this guy. Is he a real life guy? 1875 he played. So I definitely didn't recognize. And he's definitely beat his historical numbers. I mean, what in the his eye, so he doesn't walk. Yep. Well, I mean, we'll look at the numbers here in a second if that's true. But power, maxed out. Gap power, maxed out. Contact, on base, void case, just mid. But he's 5 out of 5. He's a pitcher as well. His pitching ratings aren't so good. But did he pitch? Oh, he did pitch. He did pitch in 2036 here. Let's, how do I see it? Career pitching stats. So this year he pitched 154 innings. He was a two-way player. 186 strikeouts. It's pretty damn good. 4.2 WAR. Yeah, he was a good pitcher as well. And then his batting stats. Look, he played the rookie year in 2035. 2035, he also went to the short A. Started this year, 3 games in AAA. Just 3 games. He had 11 at bats, just 2 hits. And I guess maybe New York, they needed bodies. They needed a right fielder. That's what he is. And he came in his rookie year. It's rookie year. Who is this man? Henry Luff, 75 home runs. Henry Luff. What the? His real life, I mean, it's a 180 from his real life card. Runs, 127. Home 75. This guy just comes out of nowhere. 159 ribbies, 351 batting average too. Can't believe this guy is just dominating this rookie year. Are you kidding me? Slugging percentage 879, a 10.4 WAR. I don't know if anybody's beaten that home run single season record for a long time. But he pitched his pitching ratings. Where's his ratings for pitching? Stuff not so good, but I mean, he did very well. We can look at all his accomplishments here. But where's his rating? Okay, pitching right here. Stuff not very good. Movement, control not so good. But shoot, we looked at the numbers. We looked at his stats. That's pretty damn good. 10.8 strikeouts per 9 innings, 3 walks, 4.2. I mean, not bad. Average pitcher. I would give that. And that's what ERA plus 103. 100 is considered average. He was 103. So just over an average pitcher, but an rookie. I can't get over it, guy. That's great. Henry Luff. Who is this guy? There we go. There's the name of this. That's gonna be the title of this this episode, guys. Henry Luff. Okay, let's get back to where I was. That's the leaderboards. Like Luff, gotta be Luff again for on base plus slugging. Where else? Total bases, Henry Luff. Home runs, of course, 75. Oh my. RBIs, of course, be Henry Luff. Stolen, no. And then wins above a replacement, which is the WAR. Henry Luff, folks. Again, this Alberto Salazar, though, for career. He's all through here. And this Felipe Rodriguez. But the pitching records, what do we have this year? Who was hot? Most saves, this Gabe guy. Shutouts is Jim Tobin. Strikeouts, Noodles. So Noodles was here last year, too, I think, for strikeouts. Yeah, he beat his last year, Noodles. 300 Ks he had last year, 315 this year. Noodles is winning the Ks, the strikeouts per 9 innings. Mr. Noodles, he was a real life player in 1899, rookie year. And he did good. He was a good pitcher, man. 10.7 WAR. 1901, 1902 and 9. He was a good pitcher for a couple of years there in real life. So there's Noodles. 1936 hits allowed per 9 innings. Octavia got a record this year. Same thing. So the Octavio guy did really good in pitching too, and I believe it. Look at these ratings. Fantastic. He walked the most though. Looks like his control. He walked the most players. All right, folks. All right, how do I get back out of here? Leaderboards, awards. Let's go. American League award winners, folks. Bug Holiday. It's his second one. The Showboat Mango Award. Bug Holiday. Again, his real life, 1889. Way back in the day. Bug Holiday is kicking booty the last couple years, folks. What was his real life? He did hit 311 average. 375 on base percentage. Not a bad player. Real life. Carlos Rodriguez, pitcher of the year, folks. 6.3 WAR. Johnny Mize, rookie of the year. American League. So nationally, this obviously we know Luff is going to win it. Reliever of the year, Brian Thurman. Reliever of the year. 17 saves, just a 1.2 WAR. I think that's the lowest WAR that we've seen the winner have. Gold Glove Award winners. Who's this? Carlos Rodriguez for pitcher. Marzano, catcher, Gold Gloves. This Juarez, Angel Juarez, is his fourth Gold Glove. Carreras is second. Bulmer's first. Bogar's first. Victorino, center fielder, got his Gold Glove. This Bardelli guy, he's got his 9th Gold Glove. My gosh. And then Giancarlo Stanton, folks. There we go. Got his first Gold Glove. Silver Slugger Awards. We'll just look at Bug Holiday's got his 2, so he's kicking butt. George Springer, there you go. He's got his first one, Silver Slugger Award. National League Award winners, of course, we know Henry Luff is going to get Rookie of the Year. He's got to get, can you imagine if he was, I mean, he did decent pitching, just over average pitch, but if he kicked ass at pitching, can you imagine? He would have got the Showboat Mango Award, which he did. And he would have got Pitcher of the Year and reliever. No. Henry Luff, though. What a man. Who is this guy? Woo. Gold Gloves. There's been some guys that Jen Freo got like 8. Zach Genefrel, fictional player. Genefrel, Zach, yeah, he dominated in Gold Gloves. 8 of them. Jose Uribe, excuse me, not Jose, Juan Uribe, shortstop, got his first. And then Barfield, he got his 8th Gold Glove there in right field. Man. Hall of Famer inductees, none. Accomplishments, we kind of like looking at these, right? Quite a bit of 3-run homers plus. That's just amazes me. 3 homers in a game. 6+ hits, nobody. 15 Ks. There's been a couple pitchers that got at Noodles. He had a 15K game. Wow, what's the highest? 18 one year. Does anybody hit for the cycle? Whoa, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys have hit for the cycle this year. Henry Luff, he was one of them. Who is this guy? Any no-hitters? We did. Pug got a no-hitter. That's great. Look at this. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys hit 50+ homers. And there's Ted Williams, guys. There he is. There he is. He's living up to his real baseball card, just about. I mean, he's going for it. Ted Williams is kicking butt in the game. Oh, man. 100+ ribbies. Of course, there's a couple of them. 20+ winners. There was Gabe had 20 and 5 this year. Triple Crown winners. Henry Luff. Okay, so it's not only a pitching award. You have to lead the league. Okay, for batters, he led obviously in home runs. He led it in average. He led in RBIs. He led in runs. He was like not the triple. He was like a quadruple or even more. He led it in WAR as well. They have to create a whole new category for this Henry Luff. I have not seen numbers like this. That is crazy. And for a rookie, he was drafted in 2035 first, round 2, pick 1, 64th overall from New York. 65. I like that when second rounder, he's just kicking butt. Or even farther. I've seen guys like pick 300th overall and just turned it around. They've developed really well. Look at that. I don't think he'll be able to beat those numbers ever again, guys. We'll keep an eye on him, of course. Oh, man. Who else do we want to look at? Did Babe Ruth come back? Did he get a league? The Bambino? Is he with anybody, folks? His history. He signed a 1-year contract with Montana State was his last. But what's his history here? What's batting stats this year? That's it. I mean, all levels of competition. He hasn't been. The last he's seen is 2033. So he's just a free agent? Minor league contract, Westlake Diablos. 2036, yeah, a double-A team. 2030. Wonder why it didn't show up here. 2036. Just goes to 2033. Am I doing something wrong here? All levels. Not sure. All right, the Babe has not been able to. The game didn't rate him very high. Who was there? Barry Bonds. Last Frontier. Let's see, what has he done? 20 homers. He's a 20 homer kind of guy. 229 average, 343 on base percentage. Not a bad on base percentage, but yeah, weak average and 20 homer guy. Not bad, but nowhere near his real life numbers. All right, folks, that should do it. Again, who was the winner? Was Ohio Buckeye State, folks. So the 12th year. Thank you guys for watching. There are some great rookies that came through the draft this year. We'll see them hopefully on the leaderboards shortly. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, keep moving forward.